Check. Check, 1 2 1 2. How everybody doing out there tonight? How y'all doing? Everybody doing fine. We appreciate y'all coming to the town hall meeting. Let me just welcome this thing, open this here thing so everybody can see me. Just in the back, can't see me. Everybody, how everybody doing? Thank y'all first of all for coming out. I am OG Ron C. We put this thing together to try to, bridge the gap between what's going on in Houston with our Houston music scene. If you guys don't know how this thing started, it started with me and my partner right here, Smackwater, and which, we thank you, Smackwater, for putting this thing together because we realized the problem here in our city. And we know what the problem is because we've been around here long enough. So we identified what happened, how it happened. So now we're here to fix the thing. So that's why we're asking those, if you got positive input, to come and tell us. If you got negative input, tell us too. Fuck it, we got tough stuff. We want it out. We need to know what the problem is because we're trying to get to the solutions. We've invited everybody from all different aspects entertainment to be in the building, from artists to publicists to managers to record execs. They all are here today. So we've tried to, put a collective of all of us together so that we can give you guys the right information about how to succeed in this music industry. So a lot of people they want to have their input. So we figured that a town hall is the best way to do it, to get you guys input on what you guys may think is conceived as the problem. And let's try to solve these problems together. So with that, without me being long, let me I think I'm supposed to introduce everybody on the panel. So we have GT, y'all don't know DJ GT. He's with 97.9 Box. He's been one of our GT. He's been here for 30 years doing radio. So we appreciate GT. Also we have Mr. On the Level himself, Lump. We call it OG Lump. He's responsible for, back in the days, if y'all didn't know, a lot of the street work and a lot of the club work and how you work records is through people like Lump. He works some of the biggest independent records as well as some of the biggest major records. So like Destiny's Child and stuff back then. So, and, Cash Money and all that stuff. Then we have Miss Megan. Miss Megan's resume is so long, so we'll need about 5 more hours. So she does a lot in the music industry. I'm sure y'all have seen her doing a lot from PR to management to a lot of things with TSF and a lot of other artists. We also have Smackwater. And if y'all don't know, this is the cake, he do that. The cake ass thing. You know what I'm saying? But resident shit talker, that's what he just said right there. He's one of our influencers, one of our major influencers in the city. So we do know that that's one part of the game right now is influencers. So, this is what the reset is for. To bridge all this together, the old way with the new way. So, going right down the line, Mr. 2D, Mr. Northside, Mr. Hayes, one of our very legendary DJ, responsible for breaking a lot of artists. You might know him for the legend, Mr. A's Club. He did that for a long time over there. He held that down. We have DJ 007. He's also one of our record execs who's done radio just about a lot of the major markets outside of Houston as well. We have also on our marketing team is Space Ghost, OG Space Ghost. And then we have five. You guys don't know five. There's a lot of our marketing as well. It's marketing guru. Those are our two marketing gurus down there on the end. They do a lot of the podcasts that you guys might see that's getting a lot of traction from Mike D 101 with Mike D, a lot of other things going. So without further ado, I'm going to also, this 2D, what is 2D? Me? Follow me? Down on me? They don't even know me. I'm cool. I'm just a cool dude up here, just hanging out with these food fellas. But for those that don't know me, I am OG Ron C. I've done I've done a lot of things in this, Swisher House to Chop Stars to radio, worked on both radios, I worked on satellite radio. We need 2 hours. All right, so moving right along, and then we're gonna introduce some other key people that we have sitting on our couch here. I want to acknowledge those people. We have to the left over here, top record exec right there, Mr. Derek McKinney. We have Howard Music. We have another one of our top record execs over here, Mr. Mike Prince. We got me on records, of course. And on this side, we have Miss Irene. She does PR, she's a PR expert. And then also, without further ado, well, before I introduce this next legend right here that we have sitting on our couch and our moderator for the day, I'm gonna let 2D read our mission statement, and we'll go from there.
The Reset Committee Houston is a coalition of DJs, media personalities, producers, A&Rs, promoters, publicists, tastemakers, and music industry professionals dedicated to the rebuilding the artist relationship pipeline for independent hip-hop artists. As the music industry shifted from physical sales to digital streaming, the relationship between artists, DJs, media outlets, and music executives became disconnected. The result was a culture filled with music releases but lacking structure, development, strategy, and real industry relationships. The Reset Committee was created to restore the blueprint. Our mission is to provide artists with real industry guidance, strategic marketing, professional development, and authentic network opportunities that help transform raw talent into sustainable careers. Through consultations, listening sessions, media exposure, branding, promotion, touring, and radio campaigns, we connect artists with the right people at the right time in their journey. We are not just creating listeners, we are building careers. The Reset, the right way, the Houston way.
All right, without further ado, our moderator for tonight, somebody that I have much respect for. He's one of our pioneers for his record labels go. He's one of the top, record industry guys here, record execs here. I'm gonna let him, toot his horn because, I could be up here and say a lot of great things about this guy. But y'all give it up for the owner of Rec Shop Records, Mr. D. Rick.
I guess, I stand up. Well, I guess before we get started, I think it's very important that we trying to do something productive, and the best way to do that is to put God in it. And I know we're a little bit behind, but Lump, if you don't mind giving us a prayer real quick.
Don't have to worry about taking off gas. I know your heart. Will you bow with me, Father God in heaven, Lord, I love you. I love you because, Lord, you know everything about every person in this room that you love us anyhow. Lord, you said that in 1 John 1 and 9 that if we confess sin, not only would you forgive us, but you cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Thank you for Christ's completed work on Calvary's cross. He beat life, he beat death, hell, and the grave. And you roused us from the dead on the third day with all power. Father God, I just ask that you would just let this be in order. Thank you, Lord, for a moderator who knows how to get us back on track. Let every heart and every mind be in one accord. And Lord, just remind everybody if you come up here with a question that's problematic, I'd also ask that they come up with a solution. to help us so we can get back on track. It's in the mighty, perfect, and precious name of Jesus that I pray and ask it all. Amen and thank God.
Amen. Yeah. So when these guys kind of like reached out to me and told me, asked me to be a part of it, I won't lie, like it delighted my heart. I've been kind of preaching this, for a minute. Our music scene belongs to us, and everybody in this room, most of you guys in here I know, I've seen, I've came across, and we all want the same thing. We want a fair shot to be successful at our craft and what we do. Well, the good thing about it is, I'm glad from the turnout that everybody that realized it takes all of us. It really does. It's a serious issue and situation that we all know. We all got a role and responsibility to play in nurturing and keeping our music scene thriving. I know, within a music scene, you got a lot of competition. Everybody competing, everybody want to be on the top, and this and that. But the most important thing ain't you or one individual artist or producer. When it comes to our entertainment scene, it's important that the whole network, the ecosystem of our music scene is working in harmony. And that's what's the most important thing. So I look at, I was blessed and fortunate enough to take part. Last time we had a real good movement. And I call it a movement because it wasn't just one artist that migrated through it and had a chance to actually, get major deals. If you go back and you look at it, we almost had like a wheel that was turning. And, Kiki came through there, and Pokey came through there, and then Pat, and then, I'm not in order, but Pat, and Pokey, and, Mo, then the Zeros, when Flip came in somewhere, Zero, and it went on because it was always a next artist. And that's what's the most important thing. It's not that we have one artist, but that we have a next artist, and then a next artist. And the way, I don't know, some of you guys, and a lot of guys in here was a part of it, and some of it was strategically thought about, and then some of it wasn't. Some of it just kind of happened that way. But we had some key ingredients that created a music movement. And that music, it started with having a very, very, very robust underground music scene. The artists was getting developed through mixtapes. And y'all already know R.I.P. to DJ Screw and Michael Watts. That's the Screw Click and Swisher House tapes allowed artists to get their first chance to shine and their first chance for people to notice it. Secondly, after that, we did have but we had some great independent music labels. Red Shot being one of them. Kiki came out on Jam Down, Shortstop, then shout out to LaTroy. Rap a Lot for shit show, but Rap a Lot, that's a unique one because Rap a Lot they the father of all of this, and I could go in to really just trying to talk about what that had to be for them to do what they did when really, it was no rap down here at all. So I put them in a whole another category because that's like, Swab House. So we had people down here, labels, companies, willing to invest in the artists. Third thing we had the largest one-stop in the South. We had Southwest Wholesale. And what that did, Southwest Wholesale gave people the ability, they had a distribution situation that was right here locally, that was in tune with what was going on locally. So locally, you could go get some money to finance your project. Fourthly, and importantly, it took us a little while, GT noticed, but eventually the radio station bought into what was happening and took it serious. And it was very, very, very important because they had 2 local radio spots. And we all fought all over them, you know what I'm saying? They had 2 spots, and most of the time there was going to be 2 local songs in rotation. Well, when you put all this together, that's the ingredients for a robust, independent music scene to be working. Now, it's easy to go back in the past and talk about what happened. That's not what I'm here to do. But what I am here to say is you can learn from the past, and you can look at that, and you can say, well, how does that relate to right now? Well, things didn't change. How music is sold, how artists are developed, you know, it's a whole lot of things that change. So now, we got DJs play a big role. We got the media. The blogs are very, 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 very important to what is happening right now. We need our blogs to be top-notch blogs. Well, how does that happen? Well, that means we need artists that go on these blogs that are top-notch artists. Well, how does that happen? Well, we need DJs to break these artists' music. So that wheel that exists between each entity still exists. The radio station, they even will benefit from having multiple platinum artists and that type of production taking place, because guess what? It's easy when they got something going on, sponsorship, promotions, birthday bashes and all that. It's easy when they can call somebody and they can just come down the street instead of having to wait until somebody from somewhere else come through town. So we all eat when the music scene is thriving.
That's right.
We all eat when we all work together. So this was important to me, to even have a chance to say this. I don't always expect to be the one in front of the line. I just expect there to be a line. I expect there to be a opportunity. That's all we can ask for. Nobody can sit here and say, you know, hey man, y'all tell me, I want what I want. I'm thinking we're here to figure out, talk about what the solution to what will get our music scene back moving, where all across the country, where the big money is, and the corporations and the sponsorships and the dollars that we really need, we need them to be saying, hey man, H-Town, that's where it's at. That's what's going on right now. That the artist that's coming out of there will make you a bunch of money. And we have everything that it takes to do that, because we got this big, great state of Texas.
Right.
And this state of Texas, I don't piss nobody off, but Texas follow H-Town. That's just a fact. We still in front, man. They follow everything happening in Dallas and all that. It's a spinoff of what happens here first. And the rest of the country is looking at us. And the last thing I'm gonna say is, it's a real dynamic time. And that's why this was the perfect time for us to have a discussion like this, because at this particular time right now, the city is evolving, it's changing, and it's changing fast, because we have a lot of people migrating here. Now, there's two sides to that. It's an opportunity there, and it's an opportunity for us to use that in a successful way, and it's also an opportunity for us to get pushed out, pushed to the side, and never, ever be the ones in front of it. And I say that because I'm gonna start with the positive. With so many people moving here, if we had the same type of movement we had going on in the past, the music would spread so much faster. Because just imagine if the DJs that we need are at Chapman and they at 5015 and they're here, and you starting to hear the same hit songs everywhere you go while you out here visiting from somewhere else. Guess what you're gonna do when you go home? You're gonna take that shit with you. And I know that to be a fact because that's what was happening during the Capitol Beach party. The people that knew. We knew about the 2 little slots that they had for local music, but let me tell you what was the real jewel. If you was in that slot around April when the Capitol Beach party came, because if you was the one to be a baller during that time, all your music was finna go back all the way, all across the state of Texas and Louisiana, where everybody else came. Well, we only had the Capitol Beach party opportunity to do that. Now it's weekend and weekend out that we have all these tourist people coming here. So the minute we really start unifying and you start really hearing the top, and I'm gonna say this word, deserving music to actually be getting played in all the different clubs, and we really start breaking hits here, it's gonna travel across the country faster. The other side of that though is, A lot of them people coming to visit here, a lot of them staying here. And a lot of them see the opportunity. I used to live in Atlanta doing the big migration to Atlanta. So I saw it. I seen the whole thing. I seen the city flip. I seen the change. And I seen a whole lot of outsiders, New Yorkers, LA people go into that market and start pushing and shoving some of the people that had been in that market doing things out the way. Because they already got something we don't have. They got New York, the #1 media place in the world. They got LA to spin off from that. So they already got that. That's what they've been having. What we've been having is we got the great state, we got people, we got our own way of doing things. But if you let them come here and fit this market into what they want, they already got another advantage because they still, at their crib is where the medium of all this stuff really starts at. I was just in New York not too long ago. We was out there with EXO and we went up to Sirius, to Sirius, XM Sirius, the radio deal up there. And you go in there and you see everything that's in your car, 45, what's that, the hip hop channel 45, and every last one of them that's in your car. Think about it. Pretty much every car you get has Sirius XM already in it. Well, except for the satellite channels, the ones like LA League, because I think Bud and them had theirs, with the exception of them, most of those shows are right there in New York. Those people that's on those shows, they work in New York. So they in tune with what's going on in the streets in New York. They don't know a lot of the street. They know when somebody popped from H-Town, but they don't know. And I'm just giving you an example of some of the advantages that those guys have just from where they live. So it's very, very, very important that we stay positive, that we understand the ecosystem and the mechanisms that make a music scene go. I'm glad to see all you guys here. I know for a fact that we're going to share some positive energy, and we're going to walk out of here knowing that our music scene, and I keep saying music, is really an entertainment scene, because music and film go hand in hand, and comedy. All of these things are important to what we're doing. We thriving to have a healthy independent music, a healthy independent film scene. We need all our comics and our funny guys to be pushed to the forefront. And we need our blogs to be some of the top blogs in the country. And it starts with all of us working together, man.
Thank you, Rick. Before we move on, I want to do something special right quick. I just want to acknowledge our H-Town legends, the ones that we lost. So it's a lot of, it's too many really to name. So just a moment of silence right quick, just for our legends. Appreciate y'all. All right, we're gonna move this thing right along. We're gonna get to these questions. We ask everybody to, if you have a question that you want to have answered. So we're gonna pick 10 questions right now to answer, and then we're going to allow you guys to come up to the podium if something that, you feel you have another question. We're going to allow you guys to come and ask your question. So, D-Red, you have to bring it over here so D-Red can pull it. What y'all got it? Oh. Yeah, just pull it. So you don't have to walk on us. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull a portion and we're going to allow 5 minutes just to discuss the question, and whoever the question is being read, we're going to ask that you stand up. If you don't want to be acknowledged, then that's fine. You don't have to stand up, but we'll let the moderator, have it. You ready for something?
The first question is, how can I get a sponsor to come out for an event? Whoever asked that question, Currency, would you like to come up, or are you cool with staying where you are? Currency. Okay.
If you have a question, she's vertically challenged, so somebody can help her with that. You can't say short no more, they get pissed off. She's vertically challenged. You could write everything and ask her.
Yeah. I know I kind of read the question, but you can actually,
Go ahead,
expound on your
I
question.
would like to know if I was having a event, how would I get sponsors to come out and actually participate or actually even get funding for it?
What kind of
Like a hiring event?
hiring event? So then what you need to do in a situation like that is like, say for instance, and it's just, the reason why I quickly answered it is because I do a brunch every month. The last Sunday of the month, I honor D-Red, I did Michael Watts, I did Mike B. I honor legends who haven't, in my best estimation, have not gotten their flowers. But what you have to do is think about what you just said. It's an HR event and it's hiring, right? So then I would go to Staples, I would go to Office Depot, I would go to places, businesses first, and get the proposal together, let them know what you're doing, just a one sheet, on a single sheet of paper, keep it short, simple, really, really sweet, let them know what you got going on. And then the cost that you're gonna incur. If you're gonna have refreshments and beverages, there's different, like there's Silver Eagle distributors. You can go to them and ask them for water. Same one sheet, let them know how many people you plan to have there, for the purpose of it, how many people you're gonna penetrate, the age that you're gonna go for, the demographic, and you write that letter. You're gonna have to stay consistent and find a person in there. Don't just go to the junk email because it's gonna get kicked out. Find somebody there that you know. Say for instance, there's a company now called Black Gold Distillery, Texas. My partner Derek McKinney, he had an eye brand and he would give me bottles of liquor to give away. I used to give away liquor at all of mine, but then I started getting real fine-tuned it to where it was just to the honorees. Like D-Red got a bottle, I think that was Weathers, like the H-Town Weathers.
Yeah, I still got it too. That was a classic. That was a special edition.
Yeah, it was a special edition, but my thing is this. Think about things you can give away to keep your people aroused during that time, just keeping them kind of engaged. Do raffles, like they have that right there. I raffle all gifts. Most City Golf, Jenga. I find different local businesses here that will actually kind of connect and coincide with my event and talk to them. You'd be surprised, like if you went to, I would say even go to like a local club. And the reason that I say that is because they have money and you spend money in the club, especially if you know the owner or the manager. Let them know what you're doing. Find alternative sources to go to. If there's a t-shirt company, if you got a logo, ask them like Logan on the north side, he prints t-shirts. Go to him to see if he'll donate some shirts. Just things to give away, but most importantly, to offset your costs. One thing that people have to remember when you're looking for sponsors, don't look just what they can give you. Look at in return what you're giving them back. And I'm telling you, it works. What else you got?
Well, the only thing I'm going to answer before you leave, this directly to your question, because I do a festival called Houston Jerk Fest. It's a Caribbean festival. I ain't know nothing about a festival. I traveled, I went to Florida, I went to New York, I watched how they do it, I videotaped it, I got all the information. So what I did, the first thing I did, I came back and I put together a sponsorship proposal. I made different levels. I had a gold, platinum, and whatever, the silver level. And I got with help from somebody, one of the sales reps in the sales department. Anyway, I said that to say this. My first year with no know-how, I got $10,000 from Budweiser. I got product from Budweiser. And then I went go after your target, think about the products that cater to your target audience. So I do the main food distributor for Jamaican food is Grace Foods, and they carry in Fiesta and everything now in Houston. So come to find out, I found out that they go through the distributor right up the street from my house, 2234 is their warehouse. So got a check from them, you know what I'm saying? So you got to think about your target audience, the products that apply to your target audience, and go after those companies and let them know what you can do for them, and they'll in turn let them know what they can do for you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna add two quick things to that. Start early. Don't wait till the last minute. Like you gotta really try to get at least 6 months, 4 months ahead on trying to find sponsorship. And then, like both of the gentlemen said, it's very important that you know what they want. All night long, you're going to hear me reiterate this. A lot of times it's not about what you want. It's about what the person that you're trying to do something for you. You got to know what they want. And you got to think about it fairly. They want eyeballs. They want to sell their product. They don't want to just give no money away. They figuring that they can give away either in product or money. They trying to exchange that to get more value than what they could get, like either running a commercial or doing something else. Because other than that, they're going to take those dollars and put them somewhere else. So know what it is that they want and make sure you got a good lead magnet on top of it, meaning showcasing whatever artist or whatever draw that you got. That's all they're going to be about is the eyeballs. All right, so we're moving on. We got the next question. This just got a name on it. I don't know what that means. I just want us to say his name. I guess. What's my name? I ain't gonna even say it.
You want to be anonymous or you want to say?
All right. Is there ever beef? If there's ever beef, should anyone pick sides or let the music do the talking without any violence? No name on there. If you said it, and if you know this your question and you want to come up here and talk about it, come up here. But basically the question is, if there's ever beef, should everyone pick sides or let the music do the talking without any violence? Is that something you want? Next question? Yeah, thank y'all. See, we working together. I was thinking that in my mind. I was like, shit. That's why they didn't put their name on it.
Hold up, D-Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, first and foremost, the purpose of this town hall meeting is for us to hear. We already know what the problem is, but sometimes people need to express themselves. People need to get things off their chest. There are things that need to be said. Sometimes you got to reopen a wound for the wound to heal. Like a lot of times we just like to act like certain things haven't happened, won't happen, can't happen. But we got to address everything head on as adults, as people with common sense, people with dignity, with pride, with some kind of morals and respect for each other. So the question isn't really formatted for this, but in a sense, it's something that we need to address as a city, because there has always been a lot of inner turmoil within the city. And for us to sit here and act like it hasn't been, we will be doing ourselves a disservice. Because we do have to acknowledge that there is hate amongst ourselves, to the point to where somebody can come in from this city and we'll embrace outsiders before we embrace our own.
Speak on.
You got people who come and pillage, siphon our culture, run off with it, make millions, come right here in the city and post up right here in our face. And we love them to death. But then one of our own would do the exact same thing, and we call that shit whack, or bullshit, or fuck that bitch ass nigga, or fuck that hoe ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's something that we need to fix as a community. That was the initial coach was about, the underlining of like the hatred that we have for each other, to the point to where we see helping each other out as a hindrance to my own growth. There's not one motherfucker walking this earth that can stop me from moving in my purpose. Not one. There's not one motherfucker on earth that I'm worried about. Only motherfucker I'm worried about, I wake up every morning and I look at the mirror. It's the only motherfucker that can stop me from getting where I need to go. And everybody need to understand that for themselves. Now, when it comes to the beef aspect, there's always gonna be problems and issues amongst us. But, just like you say, music is music. Hopefully the shit stay music. Hopefully the shit don't get too, the peanut gallery don't give they motherfucker instigating shit like niggas do these blogs. All you blog niggas. All you blog niggas so quick to hurry up when there's some beef, somebody that said this or somebody that said that, and then once a nigga get his motherfucking TV turned off, then your bitch ass wanna be like, oh, that shit ain't have to happen, but you help contribute to all of the motherfuckers. You just kept throwing gas on the goddamn flame of some bullshit. Because a nigga said this about another nigga on the motherfucking computer. A phone, yeah.
Yeah.
Take your ass, nigga.
Well said. Well said. So,
Hold on.
yeah.
What are we doing this for? If the objective is to be in the streets, you don't need none of us to do that. You just gonna be in the streets. All you niggas that I ain't no rapper, then go do that shit that niggas that don't rap do. But the purpose of the entertainment is to not have to be in the streets. If you thinking, well shit, this rap shit dangerous, no it ain't. Trying to be a rapper and play the streets is dangerous. Because you got beef with niggas and everywhere you gotta be is on a motherfucking flyer. They know what time you get there. If you consider yourself a real entertainment professional, you can't be a part of choosing sides. When they had that shit going down, we don't sauce on the dog. I didn't play that shit. You know why I didn't play that shit? Because guess who was the first playing sauce on the dog? I'm never gonna be a part of dividing the city ever. Ever. Anytime people came to me, why you playing Fast Lane? Because Fast Lane hot. And you ain't gonna make me stop playing it, because guess what? If your shit was hot, I'd play your shit too. What are we doing this shit for? If you a gangbanger, go gangbang. If you a D-boy, go sell dope. If you a pimp, go pimp. This is music money. And don't confuse one with the other, because that's how they all get fucked up.
All right, so next question. Should indie artists go into many partnership deals with DJs if they enter the music industry without any financial resources and they only having just skills and talent? Should they go into many partnership deals with DJs? Anonymous. Well, is it related to this question? Because
It's actually related to what they were talking about. But I'm gonna
no, because there's nobody. So you got it. You can adopt that question as yours since it's anonymous.
That wasn't my question.
Okay.
But I do have a question about
Yeah. We're gonna come back to another question. We want to acknowledge this question. We got 5 minutes on it. 5 minutes only. So is there? That's not yours either. Okay. So hold tight. I'm gonna let the panel.
It's related to that question, but it's not my question.
Go ahead. Then. Let me hear what you're talking about.
Is there, do we think that it's a way that we can create a directory for the DJs that really want to be a part of the change that artists can submit their music to? Because it's really hard to walk up on DJs in the middle of their set in the club, trying to talk to them and give them your music. So I feel like if the committee would add like a PDF file or something that they can click in the directory to, put a list of DJ emails together, where DJs can listen to music on their off time. So, and then reach out to the artist based on leaving their information in the subject or something in the body of the email. And if they like it, it'll give you on spins.
So you was, I'm gonna let him answer. So that was you kind of almost came up with the solution to the question, but let's let the panel elaborate.
I got you. So
Yeah, DJ.
everything you said, we're already having a maintenance. So those who does our website, whatnot, he's gonna have to where you can upload your song. And once a week, we're gonna be doing listening sessions. So like I said before this thing even started, we already know a lot of the solutions, but we want everybody to be heard. And you might have something that we didn't cover yet. But as far as the relationship with DJs, don't never stop going and meeting DJs, because to me that's part of the main issue is the relationships. Because I get people every day that try to befriend me on the DM, and I'm never gonna be the nigga that open up in the DM, because at the end of the day, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who you are, I don't know what you exist of, I don't know if you're a bot, I don't know what the hell you are. So it's always best to come early or after the club and say, hey, I'm such and such. There's several artists in here that I didn't know prior to 3 months ago whose records I'm playing based on their relationships. One right here, Lady Back. 2, 7 p.m. right there. B-Back, these are all people that use what I call the Beat King theory, meaning that I'm going to be in your face every night, here's my record, boom, boom, boom. And that's how the relationship developed. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I started, you know what I'm saying? So don't ever feel like in-person relationships is not it. That's still it.
Yeah, because some people feel like DJs, some of the DJs like in club scene might be unapproachable.
Yeah, well, don't judge. That's just like every nigga that walked into a female on the street ain't trying to talk to you if he compliment you. Because don't lump all DJs as a bad experience which you had with one. Because one thing me personally, I hate, don't never come up to the club. Hey man, how much to play my record? Nigga, I don't charge nobody to play no record. Now, if I play your record, you just want to throw me a love offering, cool. But I don't have no set price because I'm not like a lot of other niggas. Because a lot of other niggas do. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So, just so we stay right here, we got 2 minutes left. I want to stay right on. Should indie artists go into many partnership deals with DJs if they enter the music industry without financial resources?
I approach this from a very unique space simply because I started off as a big show DJ and I kind of just evolved into what I am right now. So that's kind of how I started, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of artists that were really trying to come up. But the biggest thing is a DJ wants to know that you have value. Like, if I'm going to spend this time and I'm going to use my resources to promote you, I need to be able to get something on the back end. You know what I'm saying? So there has to be some level of value. There has to be some investment made. You're going to have to spend some type of money. There's no other business that you can get into without spending money. Everybody wants to rap, but nobody wants to spend money. And that's kind of the biggest thing that we're dealing with right now. What makes me so unique is that I started off in Houston, and I got a chance to watch a lot of how we kind of created this scene in the 90s through Screw, through Watts and all that. But I also helped to create the Memphis music scene as well. And just being able to see the two scenes, you kind of understand the difference between the two. And really, the Memphis artists always invest in themselves. And Houston artists invest in themselves as well, but I think the hunger is a little bit different. So when approaching a DJ, you want to make absolutely sure that you have something to offer. You know what I'm saying? And if they see a strong work ethic and on top of that, you investing in yourself, that makes the partnership worth it.
Yes. Make relationships with the DJs. Who you know get you in, what you know keep you in. Here's one cheat code. Go to the club early. While he's setting up, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Don't come at 1 o'clock.
All right, yeah, right on time. That's
one thing that I will say
go
is, it's, all right, I am watching. Okay, but over the 5 minutes. This is what I'm going to say. Truth be told, 007, aka DJ Quest, if you remember back in the day, he's the same person when his outfit was talking. So he said this when we first started. And I used to get mad at conferences when the old dude would say it. Now I'm the old dude, and I'm gonna say it. If you ain't got no money, find somebody with some. If you mixing in the closet and you recording in the closet, and you come to the club and you play a record and there's a big dip in the sound, that means your mixing is not right. That means and the master does not fix the mix. If the mix is bad, the mix is bad. So should you start a partnership with somebody? Yeah, find you somebody with some money. And then figure out a way how y'all can get it back. Because what y'all don't understand is that a record company is just a bank. And it's a bad loan to begin with if your business is bad. And you got to remember, I worked at Electro And I never will forget when I had my computer, this is what woke me up to the music business. So we had Yolanda Adams, Busta Rhymes, Little Mo, Fabulous, Metallica, and I worked in the black music department under Sylvia Rome. And every time we sent the package out, we'd have to put a code in for a particular artist. You know, Busta and Missy had the big budgets because they had big albums. But every time we sent the package out, we'd have to put a code in. And this is before digital media. So every time a piece of mail was sent out, that got charged back to that artist's budget. Every time something was overnighted, that got charged back to that artist's budget. And let's just say they had a deal and they got 20 points. The 20 points didn't start, you didn't get your 20 points back until the record company recouped all of that. So I'm just talking about packages. We're not talking about DJ dinners. You're not talking about none of that. Record companies spend money on promotions. How many of y'all think that radio is for music? Radio is for advertising. The music fits in between. So if you ain't got no money and you know that this is about advertising, I'm gonna be honest with you. Not only should you quit, I ain't gonna say you should quit. I'm gonna say that you need to reset yourself. And then from there we can roll. I'm done on that. I apologize. But if you ain't got no money, quit.
All right. We're gonna move to the next question. From Lady Matt. Lady Matt, all right, she got two questions. You wanna ask them or you want me to read them? Okay, I'm gonna read what you got, Linda. Outside of social media, what actually gets an artist noticed?
Yeah. What actually gets an artist noticed?
And let me be clear, I was asking that because you have artists that, I'm sorry, hey y'all, I'm Lady Matt to everybody. I was asking that simply because you have artists that are very actively involved in social media, but then their presence in the world is kind of like down here. Then you have artists that are actively outside, with the DJs performing and all that, but then their social media presence is not as far as well. So I do live in New York. I actually live in Harlem, but I'm from the north side, back and forth. My movement is Houston, Harlem. So I've been in meetings, and of course, sound is great, but then it's always the social media part. So then I kind of was doing more of that, and now I feel like, not that I'm having a struggle, but there is a slight struggle with the balance of trying to keep that going. So just asking, just other opinions, because I mostly get those opinions from on the East Coast. So from the South, I would like to know what your opinion was.
All right, so I'm gonna say this here. What it take to get noticed outside is that was correct, right?
I think that's
Outside of social media. Okay, so partially of what the reset committee is for is to reset this whole thing of how to bridge the gap between the old way and the new way. So with that being said, I want to issue a challenge to all the artists in the building. I want to challenge each one of y'all to get some flyers. Go back, put them in the stores. Go back, put them in the liquor stores. Y'all know what y'all new record shop is right now? The fucking dispensaries, bro. Why don't I go in the dispensary? None of y'all shit. I ain't seen a flyer from none of y'all. All y'all have going there buying weed, though. I bet you everybody in there who smoke weed, it's about 6 gun weed smoke weed. So I bet all y'all have been to the dispensary. Y'all don't even go to the trap no more. Y'all even niggas don't even come pull up on y'all. And ask them how many flyers you got from artists in your show. Probably about 2 or 3. All right, so 1. So I'm just challenging y'all to do something outside of social media. Because that's what all y'all know. That's all y'all know. I challenge you to do posters. When you pull up in the neighborhood right now, I pulled up in the neighborhood, I ain't seen the poster, I don't even know which.
So I always have my cars on me.
Yeah.
I have a magnet on my car. I typically have literally stuff through New York because I live here. But as far as here, when I come visit, of course meeting DJs in person, of course I'm doing that. But I'm just trying to understand.
Can I jump in, Ron?
Over here.
Yeah.
So there's a gentleman sitting behind you named Sean Goodman with the 97.9 The Box hat on. He's my sales rep who I buy my advertising through. Buy the overnights. Take about $1,000, $1,500. Get you overnight commercials and run them for 30 days. A 27-second ad of your music in the last 3 seconds telling them where to follow you. Then you also go to Comcast and buy the all-day rotators. Spend about the same. You'll end up with about 500 TV commercials. ESPN, Fox Sports, Food Network, Real Housewives. And now that advertisement is putting you in front of eyes and ears and in homes that you would never touch, and it'll happen even while you sleep. That's how you can get in front of other people.
Don't be scared to challenge yourself, man, to do something outside of social media. I know that's where everybody's comfort zone is, but challenge yourself. Go ahead, Ghost.
Yeah. Also, I do the social media. I'm the young OG of the group, so I'm gonna let you know some of that real world stuff you gotta, disregard. You gotta be popular on social media. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay attention to your market and what the people around you actually want to see. You know what I'm saying? Actually making a spectacle of your real life so that your real life and social media sync up. You feel what I'm saying? Like really doing certain shows that actually make sense. Actually doing videos that the people around you relevantly want to see. Because the whole thing is about influence. You know what I'm saying? So if everyone's already in their phone, why would you worry about doing something in the real world when they're looking at their phones? You know what I'm saying? So it gives you a little more time too to do some of these things in the real world that they ain't noticing you doing, and you can put it on social media and on, like, you know what I'm saying, these apps and coming creative like that. You sometimes have to think about how to get a little more creative with social media, because that's really where you're gonna get a bag from making your movie. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't dropping money in your head out here. You know what I'm saying? So, you're on different platforms, you're getting paid from those videos actually being spectacles. And when they see you in real life and they follow through, then those people really connect with you. They're like, oh, I seen you with the views, looking good, and you know what I'm saying? It follows up in real life. So you gotta make it all sync up.
All right, yeah. We got the end of the 5 minutes, so yeah.
I gotta say this because this is real important. When it comes to social media, it's very much, it's a tool, and this is the way the world operates today. So it's good to be seen in guerrilla marketing tactics, but social media is most important and the thing that a lot of people don't understand is the consistency of it. You gotta consistently post. You got niggas out here who wanna post like they Jay-Z or Beyonce. Motherfuckers don't nobody know me talking about if I get 500 likes and 500 comments, then I'm a bitch ass nigga, don't nobody know you whole ass nigga. Post a bitch ass video, bitch ass nigga, get your whole ass up out of here. Snoop Dogg, the most famous motherfucking rapper on the face of the planet, and this nigga posts 20 to 30 times a day. Who the fuck is you, bitch ass nigga?
Hold on, to add to what Smack's saying, and to add to what my motherfucking manager Derek taught me, is if you're not posting a minimum of 10 times a day, you're losing. That's a minimum. And he made me study T.I.'s rollout for his single. T.I. was posting 20 times per day. At least a minimum of 20 times per day. So if you think you're too cool to post at least 10 to 20 times a day, you're in the wrong business.
All right, so we're gonna open the door for the public in a few minutes. We got like 5 more out of here, and then we're gonna open it up to the public. All right. All right, so next question. How can new artists tell the difference between investing in their career and simply being taken advantage of by pay-to-play opportunities? Yeah. If you give it, like we got 5 more out of here, and then we gonna open the floor. I don't shut the head like that. That's the worst. And all the 10 guys coming in. You can be first one, my brother. Hold tight.
Wasting my time.
Y'all already lined up. Now we're gonna end it right there. Y'all the first 2. But now let's get this your question. Well, step on up, man. There you go. All right. Hey, let's give her a moment. Go ahead. Go.
Yeah, hi y'all. My name is MZZ Honey Vanilla.
Say, excuse me, respect the lady on the floor. Anybody who comes up to speak, please respect her, because we'll do the same for you. Don't overtalk somebody when they sitting up here trying to present themselves, man. We're going to do this with some respect and with some dignity.
Hey y'all, I'm MZZ Honey Vanilla. I'm a new upcoming artist. And the scammers, vultures, and sharks are coming every which way. And that's what, I mean, I understand the pay to play. I bought these with my own money. And I don't mind paying to play, but it's like, what's happening after that? Was it just me to pay to perform and play? Or is something gonna come, I agree. I'm not doing this for nothing. I'd like to, like, how do you decipher?
Who on the panel want to take this?
I got it. I definitely got this one. Let me change this battery real quick.
Just so everybody know what the question is, I'm gonna repeat the question so y'all know what's being addressed. How can new artists tell the difference between investing in their career and simply being taken advantage of by pay-to-play opportunities?
Okay, one of the first things you want to do is you can't check people's resumes. When you out here in these streets, everybody that's been doing it for any amount of time, they have a reputation in the streets. So if you think about doing something with Tunique, for example, go ask about Tunique. They're going to tell you who you're dealing with and believe what you hear, because everybody ain't going to lie. Maybe one or two people have a bad experience, maybe they was on some bullshit, but if everybody telling you the same shit about that same person, then it's probably true. That's the first step. The second step is you got to know how to even approach anything like an open mic or a showcase or something like that. A lot of y'all do that shit wrong. For example, y'all show start when your verse getting ready to come on. My show start when I get out the car, nigga. As soon as I get out the car, I'm shaking hands, kissing babies, putting flyers, people there, follow my Instagram. You supposed to win at every showcase. Really. If you do it right. You open it for 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz come to that Houston and the warehouse, wherever we doing it at, he gonna think I own Houston by the time he leaves this motherfucker. And everybody that's in that hole gonna think that too, because of how I'm approaching. A lot of y'all get on stage, look on the floor, wait for the beat to drop, rap, leave. Hell yeah, you ain't gonna get nothing out of that. Even situations like this, a lot of people didn't come because ain't no rapping happening today.
Another part of that problem is a lot of artists, especially new artists, pay to get on showcases, and then it be you performing for other artists, and other artists don't support other artists. Let's just be real. It's like South by Southwest. I never understood it. It's like, okay, I'm paying to get on this showcase to perform for other artists. Where the fuck are the A&Rs? Where are the producers? Where are the media? I'm just performing for other artists. It makes no sense. So at the end of the day, you gotta ask yourself before you pay for anything, what's my end goal out of this? What am I gonna gain out of this? You know what I'm saying? If I'm just performing for other artists, what's the point? What am I paying for? Now, if you tell me that such and such from, if D-Rec is gonna be there from Rec Shop Records and live music is gonna be in the building and all these different execs, okay, cool. Now I'll have a chance to maybe get signed. But what's the end goal? That's what you gotta ask yourself. And then I recommend finding a good manager. Not a homeboy, not a homegirl that do it part-time, but just trying to learn it. A real manager that has relationships with other industry people. Someone that you feel that you can trust, and that's how you're gonna maximize whatever you spend.
And real quick, I want to piggyback off of what he said when he said real manager. Real everything, man. In this city, we have a real fucking problem with people claiming to be some shit that they ain't. You are not a motherfucking manager. You are a babysitter. You're a mechanic. Whatever the fuck you do to keep your lights on, that's what the fuck you is. You are a manager as a hobby. Get the fuck out the way, bitch ass nigga. Because if you ain't showing up 100% for a duty as a manager, PR, rapper, promoter, whatever the fuck, you just in the way and you playing, man. That's what's wrong with this city. There's too many motherfuckers in this city playing. Down from the artists to the DJs to everybody, man. Nigga, y'all niggas be playing too, nigga. And that's what this here reset. This is not a money grab, people. This is just the beginning. This is not a money grab. Because if it was, I wouldn't be sitting my nigga ass up here. Because I got other ways to get money. I got a whole dispensary over there. 5825 West North Main. I got that K-Gas nigga strike. The only place you can get it in the city.
Wait. Stop dealing with people who did and deal with people who are doing. Check their resume. That's the biggest one of the biggest issues in Houston is a bunch of niggas that used to do some shit back in the day. What are they doing right now? Can they show you their wins in real time? That's what you need to worry about.
All right, we're gonna move to the next question. On top of that, don't pay on everything until they pay on the piece and get the other piece after they do that. Yeah. Should legitimate promoters always provide a written agreement or contract before accepting payment? If not, what documentation should artists expect? It's kind of tail off of what we just went through, right? And we go somewhere. This for get it right. This for a promoter? That's what it said. Well, just for anybody. I mean, you should have paperwork. But we're talking about for a promoter. The course is for a promoter. Yeah. If it ain't written, it never happened. If it ain't right. Yeah, for the promoter though, I don't even know why. I don't know why you as artists would be talking. That's why I was trying to get the clarification.
Oh, your shit on track.
All right, go ahead. What kind of nigga was trying to see who won the answer?
Okay, well, because I got a personal relationship with promoters. Because I do a lot of promoting my damn self for the promoters. And if anybody knows, like me and Boom is like brothers. And Boom have a lot of relationships with artists. Now, when it comes to Boom, I can personally say what I know of him personally. He's a man of great character. Now, but it's always good to get anything in black and white when you're making an agreement. I always say if you do nigga business, you get nigga results. And one of the biggest problems, yeah, we do a lot of nigga business. And one of the biggest problems that can always arise is just a handshake. Or you just thinking somebody gonna do something, or, okay, I tell you what, I go on this hill. And Sean knows, me and 97, my podcast, radio show online, period. And I had an agreement with 97.9 The Box, and I was going through another affiliate, a worker of 97.9 The Box, and then Sean took over, and I automatically assumed that what the agreement that me and this individual had talked about transferred over to Sean, and Sean knew, but Sean didn't know. This is 97.9 The Box right there, and I couldn't hold that against him, but I just automatically assumed that he knew. So you should always know, and it never hurts to get everything in black and white, and always read the fine print.
Yeah.
I want to answer that, Greg.
Go ahead.
This right here is coming from a college-educated man with 3 degrees. At 26 years old, I did something that I didn't know what I was really doing. I knew what I was doing. I was connecting the dots. But at 26 years old, I introduced Brian Williams to Wendy Day. Everybody talks about the Wendy Day Cash Money deal, but they never tell you how Wendy Day and the Cash Money brothers got connected. I introduced them. My biggest mistake was dealing with Wendy. And it's not a knock on her because it's just business.
That's right.
There's nothing personal in this business other than the relationship that you have with the person, but then you have to make the distinction between personal and business. If it's not on paper, it didn't happen. And then if it's on paper, it's got to be notarized. That means that both of you guys agreed to what's on the paper. Right. And because of that result, when they got the first deal that was worth $26 million, I didn't get a wooden nickel. It hurt, because at the end of the day, had I just said, I need this on paper, I would have learned immediately who my friend was and who my friend wasn't.
Yeah.
Who my business was with and who my business wasn't with. But over time, we came to a different type of agreement and understanding, and they're still my friends and we still business partners. I still work for Cash Money, I still work records. It's not a problem, but the point of it all is this. If it did not happen on paper, it did not happen. And the other thing with the artist is, when you're talking about an agreement with the promoter or just the venue period, you need to let them know what your expectation is, and they can let you know what their expectation is and what they're going to provide. That has to be written. If not, you can go in there with vocal sound. I don't know if y'all remember when Pimp C used to throw the mic at Judge Fresh because the sound was whack. It was crazy. It's just things that you notice. If the green room isn't straight, you don't have your water, you don't have your teas, you don't have all of that. If you don't know how many people you're going to get in the club, how many they're going to let you in with for free, all that has to be written. If it's not written, I'm going to be honest with you, you're going to be mad at the back door, pissed off. And your partners, if they really love you, they're going to support you. This is what I mean by that. If they give the music for free, then you don't need to ask their opinion. I'm just going to be very honest with you. I would go to my haters or go to some place where I know they really didn't like me and play my music. Because at the end of the day, again, if it ain't on paper, because if you get your hater to bob their head, you got something. But if you going around here with a little Pookie in them, trying to get the free records, and they getting them for free, it's a wrap. Cancel Christmas. Go get you some money.
All right. Next question. How does the committee plan to protect independent artists from scams, pay-to-play schemes, and predatory contracts while helping them grow? There's a whole lot of pay-to-play questions. I tell you, okay,
I jump right in and say, well, this is the reason why we formed this committee. Every person up here has a respective position inside of what's going on with the music industry, from the blogs to the DJs to PR to all the assets. We think that we put it together with these nine individuals, and we're here to hear your opinions as well. So this is the reason why the solution to this is to have a conference. So for all the questions that we couldn't answer, and if you did think that we gave you the professional opinion about it or the professional way to succeed, then that's the reason why we're going to bring other professionals. That's the reason why we have other people like Derek McKinney here who can tell you about that. We'll pass the mic down to you, Derek. But also, matter of fact, let me just get Derek. Because Derek does this, he has a lot more insight, and I definitely would like for him to say something.
I'm going to read the question one more time. How does the committee plan to protect independent artists from scams, pay-to-play schemes, and predatory contracts while helping them grow?
I don't think that's the committee's responsibility. I think one of the hardest parts about the music industry in Houston is most artists, and I'm a label, and I deal with artists, and I manage artists. 99% of artists, y'all don't read shit. And you're constantly being spoon-fed stuff off Instagram. And like we keep saying, the blogs and the podcasts, I'm 46, I've been in the music business a while. I've been a part of a lot of records. And the shit y'all hearing on podcasts, them niggas wasn't in the room. They didn't do it. They were not there. But y'all will take that as law because they got a bunch of likes and followers. There's a book by Donald Passman called All You Need to Know About the Music Business. It's the 14th edition. I bought 7 through 14. I read, and it might just be a change in 2 pages, but I'm buying every edition. This Plain and Simple Guide to Music Publishing 101. It's on the 4th edition. I have all 4. Educate yourself on the industry. You run into fuck shit, you run into bad situations because you don't know. And it's not that you were handled wrong, you just don't know what to expect. You don't know what you're getting. You don't know what you're paying for. You don't even know the conversation. You don't know the lingo. So it's not the committee's job to protect you. No, go read a book. Take a class. Understand business. Like, you are entering the music business, not the music friendship, not the music relationship, not the music homeboy, not the music cousin, not the music my mama, not the music my daddy. It's the music business. Learn the business, and you will avoid a lot of things. And kind of on the pay-to-play thing, I have a festival coming up September 26th. And it's not a plug. Artists pay me $250 to perform. They get a 15-minute performance. Their name is on the back of every t-shirt, every hoodie. They get their own personal flyer. I email them a 90-day marketing plan. I email them a social media calendar. There's 20 media outlets, and they interview with each and every one. We already have 1,000 tickets gone. I give away 5,000 free before 4 p.m. tickets. So you're in front of actual fans. So yes, you pay to play. When you look at the Coachella lineup and you see that top row, go look at who the manager is or the PR firm that represents 10 of those artists. And see the $500,000 check that they sponsored Coachella that they then split and divvy up between those artists' royalty statements. So guess what your favorite artist is doing at Coachella? Paying to play. So y'all gotta get out of that mentality of somebody trying to take advantage of you and scam you because you just won't read and understand the business you've gotten into. None of y'all go to work and not know who the HR department is. You know who it is. You know how you're gonna get paid. You know payday. You know the PTO. You know all of that. So why don't you know that about this business too?
This is the only business I know where people think they ain't gotta learn nothing and gonna become a millionaire. Everybody that you see on, if y'all remember VH1, where are they now? Those was those people. All I gotta do is rap to keep my feet up, and everybody else gonna take care of it. That's why they sleeping in their car right now. Meanwhile, the people you don't even know their song, but they millionaires off that shit, they became students of what they wanted to pay them.
But this is the reason why we're trying to bring the right people and put you in front of the right people that you need to pay to play. Because listen, you can say that word pay to play all you want to. If you can show me one business, because this is what y'all forget. When y'all ask somebody to buy something from you, it is a business transaction now. So when you start asking people to buy your music, it's a business transaction. So that's the reason why we're getting the people in front of you that you supposed to pay and who's going to deliver what you're paying for. So you're saying pay to play, there's nothing. If you can pick up shit right now and become a millionaire, fuck it, I'm the first one. I ain't got to buy no gloves, I ain't got to buy no shovel to pick up the shit. I ain't got to pay his ass to dump the shit. I ain't got to pay your ass to look. Listen, you got it. So it's pay to play. So y'all get that out y'all head. Let's get out y'all head. Just like the man said, Drake paid. Drake paid too. He paid $30 million. You think he's just all over TV because everybody like him? You think he's all over the blog because everybody like him? Because everybody like him? Shit, according to y'all don't like him. Shit, y'all let y'all tell y'all don't like the man. So I'm just saying, it's a play-to-play game, period, bro. If you don't have the money, just stand back until you got it. Go to work until you got it, until you can afford to buy some shoes. Don't be standing on the you ain't standing on the corner next to nigga give you $5 on your Jordans. Hey, y'all ain't ask for no help for your Jordans. Buy your Jordans, right? You ain't ask no help for buy the chain, all your designer. I ain't heard not one nigga start a GoFundMe to buy a chain here. That's what I'm saying. So y'all keep complaining about you got to pay to play. That's really fucked up. That's really fucked up.
You gotta pay the right person. Right.
Exactly. So that's
the hard work.
Right.
That is the nature. That's really the nature of any business. You have to invest somewhere. The problem is investing in the wrong, putting money in the wrong hands, and not having the paperwork, not having the agreements, not making people prove themselves. You know, all that comes with any business that you're in. We're gonna move to the next question. I think this is the last question too, and then we're gonna open the floor because I see a lot of you guys have some questions you want to ask. The last question is, how do you get your music on Houston radio? I can't find a real radio promoter here. It's all scams. Upscale Roy. There you go.
You gotta hustle, man.
Before I dive into my answer and clarify, you talk about internet radio, clarify which type of radio. This is a lot of radio, it's a lot of internet stations. Royalty paying radio. Alright, so I'll say this. So I got it like this morning. I got a DM this morning, I ain't gonna say the artist's name, nothing like that. But the artist said, GT, man, what's up, good bro? How can I get my song? He said, not on mix show, but in rotation. So I asked him a simple question, because this is the level of I am in my life now. You know what I'm saying? I'm an empty nester, I got grown kids, you know what I'm saying? So I just simply said, well, have you ever had a music meet with JQ or Yonda at the station? Nah. I said, well, number one, I'll start there. He said, well, how do I go about it? I said, well, number two, I would call the business line and ask them, what days are they music meetings? How can I set up a music meeting, blah, blah, blah. You see what I'm saying? But we live in a society where people want you to do the work for them, instead of just researching what it is you're supposed to be doing. You see what I'm saying? So, and people think about just jumping 52 steps. I'm just gonna go straight to the top of the pyramid. So I want to be in rotation, but I'm not hot in the clubs. I'm not hot. First of all, to know when you have a music meeting, these are all the questions they're gonna ask. All right, so what's your story? What's the story on the song? That's what they're gonna ask you. So whatever the name of your single is, the name of your single is Blue Haven. I'm just making up some shit. All right, so Blue Haven. All right, they're gonna go to YouTube. What's your numbers on YouTube? They're gonna go to Shazam. How many times it be in Shazam? That's what they mean when they want the story. They're looking at all the numbers and everything. From YouTube to Shazam to whatever. Your Instagram follow, how many people. They try to see your engagement. Because it's all about engagement right now. And if the numbers ain't adding up, it ain't nothing to talk about. It ain't nothing to discuss. You're not even gonna be in the big show list. Rotation, and he told you earlier it was 2 spots. Yeah. Now it's 2026 is 5 spots now. You know what I'm saying? When you upgraded to 5 spots. But you're not gonna be in one of those spots unless it's fucking crank or Crime Money Dot shit that's really bubbling. And that's why we formed this shit, to get niggas to that bubbling point. Because that's my job with the committee, is to take what's bubbling in the streets and go to the meetings now like, hey, nigga, this shit is hot. This nigga shit is hot. Her shit is hot. That's my job now. A nigga who I never gave a fuck about going to any of the goddamn meetings. How often do you see me at the station table eating? Never. Never. And I'm on that bitch Monday through Friday. You hear me, but you ain't gonna see me up there, because I never want to be in there with the suits and all that shit and all that, that's not me. But now my job, as far as the reset committee, is to take the artists that we're working with, and they are bubbling, and we done ran them through the gambit of the streets, we done ran them through social media, we done ran them through the blogs, they done ran, and these songs are hot. Hey, we need to be playing this needs to be one of the 5. So I hope I'm answering your question, because a lot of people ask how do I get on the radio, but you're skipping a whole bunch of shit that's supposed to get you there. You know what I'm saying? And it goes back to what they were saying, like every artist pay to play. You're right, he's right. Every goddamn one from Drake or Rihanna, everybody. But guess what? They don't come out their own pocket. No, they're sponsored by whoever they got them endorsed by. So if you're Nas, you're endorsed by Hennessy. Guess who's paying for your play? You see what I'm saying? So when you hear such and such, I forget what they used to be, the Tom Joyner crew, but whatever it is now, Ricky Smiley, sponsored by blah, 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 that's who's paying for the motherfucking play. That's the artist that's performing on that ship. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand, like, for the pay for play, I don't believe in pay for play. I believe in pay for marketing, not pay for play. I pay to market. Period. It's different. But most people go out and get paid a DJ in the club to have their song playing and get nothing out of it. That's not marketing.
It takes more than just one thing. When you're talking about radio, I got back into radio to find out why independent records actually really couldn't get played. And it's this 3 levels that we forget about and nobody really talks about. It's called time spent listening. If anybody know what the fuck time spent listening is, that's how they make their money. Radio pay you. Do y'all know that? Radio pay you to play your record. Because your record influenced them to play commercials. And the commercials make me pay. As the business owner, it makes me pay. So that it got to make sense. So if you only have a certain amount of followers, the statistics say that
your followers are listening right now. So if you only got 10,000 followers and only 10% of them may be listening right now, that's a maybe. And then 1% may go into the store to buy. The 1% that may go into that store may buy, only 10% might buy. So you see how those numbers break down? For us as independent artists, that's the reason why they have to play motherfuckers who's got millions of, because the ratio breaks down to a certain percentage, y'all. And that's what's going to keep the advertisers keep coming back to buy radio advertisement. So if your song might be jamming, but guess what? Nobody know you. So if I keep playing all of you guys that are fresh, new jamming songs, nobody's listening. They're going to go back to what they're familiar. They're going to turn to the next radio station who's playing their familiar song, something familiar. You see, this is the reason why the conference is here, so we can bring the PDs and the music directors here so they can tell you those little things that I just told you. So they can go into deeper what TSL means, what time spent means, what time spent listening means. They can tell you how the clock breaks down. They can tell you it's only certain minutes amount of songs you can play in an hour. So if I played your song, and then now I gotta go back to playing what's popular, what's the most popular thing to be played? Why is it most popular though? Because that person did the great job of promoting. They paid to man, you took it away. We're gonna open the floor up.
Hey, Rick, can I say something? I'm sorry. Just so you guys know, when we talk about pay to play, I work for 3 major labels. I work for one of the best CEOs ever. Her name is Sylvia Ron. She had Elektra. She started with Eat West. They just did the BET Honors Award. When I was there at that label, let me tell you something. If it was an A artist at that time, a minimum, this is just the radio budget. Now what they did with the money, I ain't here to sit up here and get nobody in no trouble, but just understand this. If it was Busta Rhymes, it started at $80,000 to do the whole country, 80 to 120. So you again, money is involved. There's an artist in here right now who I have said for the past 30, 20, 26 years, who is, in my opinion, in my heart, you can't take him off Mount Rushmore. He went the total opposite way. I think that he's the best technical rapper in the world, and he smacks, not the smack, but the smack DVD people up in New York, and all the rest of them people, they know who he is. And when you say the Wizard, aka K-Rino, they show you. The reason is, he never had relied on radio. If you out-rap your favorite rapper. And I'm not saying that because he's in here. I say this on any platform that I'm on. But the thing is this, we're talking about pay to play. Another brother got mad, and I get it, it's testy. Because if you pay the wrong person, you just basically drill the hole in yourself. So at the end of the day, we got to figure out, K-Rino feeds the streets. His biggest listeners are overseas. I know he sells product overseas. I seen, not PSK, I seen Point Blank go to Australia and sell the regular SPC sweat top for $100. Y'all don't understand at the end of the day, y'all are begging to spend your money, when at the end of the day, radio is the catch. The music is the catch, but the keep is what you have. The keep is product. The keep is merchandise. The keep is what all you need to spend. If I can spend $6 manufacturing a shirt and I can sell it for $50, what are we talking about? Okay, how does somebody buy a shirt? Make a dope ass shirt. But my thing is, we have to get rid of this idea of that it ain't gonna cost no money. I need to pay the record because I'm jamming. My home, I keep telling you, get your head to listen to your music. If he bobs to it, you might have something. Make a relationship with the DJ before and after his set. Get him outside of the club. If you come in at 12 o'clock, I don't care how much money you got. And I'm gonna play your whack ass record, we don't even have any dance floors anymore. Think about it. Instead of enjoying the club, we're too busy trying to capture ourselves sitting on couches dressed up cute in the club. There really no more dance floors. And when we see people dancing outside of characters, we look at them like they weird. Just being honest with you, like at the end of the day, y'all have to remember, these people are trying to keep folks engaged for the next hot record. Now I will say this, and some of the DJs might get mad when I see 2D, Double O, GT. Some of y'all DJs that are in the audience, If I go to your club and you play the same set of records every week after week, and I can call your set like I'm calling pictures, you whack as hell. It's too much music, and then somebody, I ain't gonna front now, the flip side of the coin is, Too Deep said, these people are trained and listen to music a certain way. And I have to agree with that. But one thing about the disc jockey is this, you're gonna be a disc jockey, not just a DJ. Disc jockey is one who jockeys disc. Change the music up. I want to be entertained when I go outside. So y'all help us help y'all. If you don't know what that is, get a service pack together. What is a service pack? Give me the dirty, give me the clean, give me the instrumental, give me the acapella, and then give me the TV track. Stop rapping over your lyrics because you sound horrible. There's a lot of good people in here who know what's cracking with that. I've seen Carino perform, and sometimes you can't go beyond you, but sometimes y'all rapping over a track. If I paid that to see you perform and I have to hear you rap over a track, you ain't never getting another wood nickel up on me. But that's me, I'm an old dude, but when Too Short and Stevie Wonder can do it and sound like the record, that's what I'm dealing with. I don't want to hear what little buck who mumbling all the goddamn time. But that's me, I'm old, I don't like listen to that. Y'all like I like Screw because he slowed it down. I couldn't understand Bone, but I understood it after Watts and Screw had it. But again, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Let me wrap up what he said. All right, DJs, you're right to a certain degree, but for a motherfucker that still do it Monday through goddamn Sunday, radio and in the clubs, you have to know your different audiences. And the most fun I had in the goddamn past 2 months was this past Monday, 713 at Carol's, because I played nothing but 3 hours of Houston music, and it was great. Everybody was having a good time singing. But I couldn't get away with that Sunday at Chapman. You know what I'm saying? So you have to know your audiences and shit, right? And to believe it or not, and I'm a nigga that, I don't give a fuck about the wars and all that north and south, but I have more fun DJing on the north side. Why? Because they party, they dance, they still dance. I'm being honest, they still dance, you know what I'm saying? And they don't give a fuck about being cool, sitting in the section, on the phone and all that shit. They don't give a fuck. They come to dance, smoke weed, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? And I enjoy that shit. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy that shit. You know what I'm saying? All that shit, I still do all the other swank shit, but I hate it. I hate it with a passion. I like to see motherfuckers get up and engage and have a good motherfucking time and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the problem now is knowing your article. When you're doing a lot of this other shit, nigga, all they really care about is the hook. So after the hook go off, they don't even know. Right now, they don't know what the fuck Young Miami verse is, but they know that motherfucking hook. And that's why young DJs are DJing for 15 seconds per song. Because their fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Their attention span has gone down to 15 seconds because of Instagram. So that's all motherfuckers know is the hook, and they ready for the next song, and then the next one, and then, so there's no more dance floors, so it's all about knowing your goddamn audience.
All right. So, we're gonna limit these to 3 minutes. I got 2 right here, and then I got Slash. I got.
Now the one who had attitude.
Big boy. But he missed. Come on up here, man. Paul Nerdy, come on. Or Monster View. All right. Right there, bro.
Yeah, come on. We want to make sure you get your question. Yeah, TG Gates' little brother looking at it. What?
All right, so look, the real question is, what is the solution that y'all can provide tonight for all of this? Listen to what I'm saying. Hey, can we get one mic, please? Appreciate you. What I'm asking is I'm hearing the same thing all over and over that y'all say on Instagram. I heard that shit already. So what is something different that you can give to these artists that they can run home and try to figure something out with? But the thing is, I don't want a basic answer. I don't want you to say nothing.
Nigga, we heard you. You ain't gotta is a process.
Go ahead.
This is a process.
It's a process.
And this is here is basically just for everybody to hear what the problem is.
But we know what the problem is.
But sometimes we all know what the fucking problem is because in essence we didn't need your motherfucking ass here.
Really?
But we are here. We are here to fix a problem, and the problem would not be fixed tonight. The problem.
Okay, so look, let me moderate this.
Hold on. One more thing, and I'm gonna be gone. You ain't gonna see me ever again. So now.
Hey, say man. Nah, bro, look.
But look, see, y'all can't take what I gotta say. So it's all good. You can't. But
I'm gonna answer your question for you.
Come on, do me something.
Look, man, this ain't no easy business.
I know that.
It's a tough business, bro.
For sure.
And it's a competitive one. And ain't nobody up here, nobody's going to give no one person all the answers to this question.
But it's not
But listen, man, listen, it's something you can figure it out, bro. You have to.
Look, hold up. It's not even about giving everybody a single answer. What can they leave here with?
The leave here is that everybody should work better
Can you
together.
answer me that? What can we leave here with?
Answer me this question. Did you even read this? Did you? I'm asking you. Yes or no? Yes or no?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so start there. It's telling you all the things you're about to do for the solution. You know what I'm saying? But we just put this together so everyone can be heard. You know what I'm saying? So, if you didn't read this, you don't get to answer the question until you read it. It's all in here.
See, this is one thing. That's what I'm asking. For someone who didn't read it, what could I go home with? What could I take home?
Go home with that. Go home with that. Hey, this is what you go home with. This is what you go home with right here.
Next question, man. I'm losing control of the room, bro. You can talk to everybody up here after.
Let me answer the question. For anybody that don't want to read, nobody up here gonna take
It's all
it.
good. It's all good, bro.
For anybody that don't want to read, nobody up here is gonna be able to help you, bro. Nobody.
Yeah. Hey, order in this room, man.
I don't need it.
You don't need it, bro. He good. He good. Let's move on. We're gonna move on to the next question. All right, let's get this lady her respect, please, and ask a question. Hey, quiet, man. Go ahead, sister.
Hello, everyone. My name is Miss.
Talk a little loud. Talk loud.
Hello, I'm sorry. You guys, please give her respect in the room, please. Guys, thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Miss Mimi Money. I'm a media personality here in Houston, Texas, and also a community leader as well. A lot of my concerns is, as far as media, when the upcoming artists, or maybe artists are coming to my platform, any platform as far as media, they're not fully prepared. What I mean by that is media training. What can we do to kind of help bridge that or have some type of understanding where they don't miss out on their opportunities to tell their story or sharing their music?
Okay, again, this is the reason why we having this time out. Because if somebody up here that can't answer the question, that's not an expert at answering your question, this is the reason why we're having a time out to find out your question right there, right? So now we're going to bring in an expert. If you don't get your question answered right there, we're going to bring in some more experts to have a conference so you can have more personable and intimate conversations with people. So that, you know, and look, I'm going to add real quick because we got to get through all the questions. We have people here like this young lady right here that's a publicist. There are some PR people in the room that you can, as soon as we stop in a minute, that you can network with. Do we have any other publicists in the PR? This is experts in the PR. If not, y'all line up and talk to this lady right here if you need some help with communication. That's why we're here. You know, you need, artists do need to have somebody to help train them how to sell their product. You know what I'm saying? So that's important. Thank you for the question. Next slide.
I have a question that it kind of struck. I didn't think this was one of my questions before. What you said.
biggest artist in this room that I can name right now, I can have DJ 2D put on his song right now, probably don't even have 1,000 views on YouTube, but will turn this whole entire room up. So how do we get past the mindset of since it ain't got no place, so fuck that. Like, how do we get past it?
It's really not no get past that, because at the end of the day, it's about creating demand. At the end of the day, everybody has a talent. Everybody can rap, sing, or do whatever. The game is built for the people that can separate themselves. Whether you're gonna do it on TikTok, whether you're gonna do it on Facebook, whether you're gonna do it on Instagram, you have to find your lane. Once you get over into this lane, it's about creating demand. You're gonna have to figure out how you're gonna create that demand, whether you're gonna spend the money to do this, do that, or whatever. But right, when you get into this lane, we're not listening to whatever sob stories. All we're looking for is results. You see what I'm saying? That radio station is there to sell advertisements. So they're looking for things that are already attractive. You see what I'm saying? They're looking for things that have momentum. It's up to you to try to figure out how you're going to create that momentum. Social media helps you to create that momentum. So whether it's through getting Google ads, whether it's through getting ads on the radio, like Derek was just saying, it's up to you to create demand. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we have to understand, everybody's not gonna make it. This is a business where 90% of y'all might not make it. You see what I'm saying? That's just the reality of it. And we gotta be willing to know that. You have to already understand that. Like I said, I come from a situation, I get the best of both worlds. I got a chance to start in Houston, and I got a chance to really develop myself in Memphis. And the thing about Yo Gotti, the thing about Dolph was no matter what, they always found a way to separate themselves. They always was gonna spend that extra money to do this, spend that extra money to do that. They do the difference between trying to approach a situation themselves versus getting somebody like me that's already in the room with the program directors, that's already got relationships. They paying people like me to make sure they can maintain those types of relationships. You see what I'm saying? So you need to find your person like myself, or you have to go over there and get online and create that demand. But one way or another, it's either gonna be money or sweat equity. But you have to figure out a way to create demand.
Look, the most important thing as an artist right now is your IP, the intellectual property. So if I was you, create a motherfucking shitstorm on social media on yourself. To be right now, if lo and behold, whenever the radio get a load to this brother right here's song, he gonna blow the fuck up because if he's goddamn social media, what he does every day, Fredo, what he does on social media every day, when they get to a song on the radio, he's out of here because he's created a fucking storm on goddamn social media. You know what I'm saying? His intellectual property is up there, so we just need the goddamn song. You know what I'm saying? But straight up.
I want to add on to that. The thing is, let's say for example, you have some sort of street buzz like what you're talking about. You got to find a way to translate that into the digital world, or you got to find a way to capture that and show that to the people that matter the most. Because there's people like they got the streets buzzing, but they don't have the internet. You got to show the streets to the internet. If you one of them people that the whole north side rock with you, all you got to do is show them that.
All right, we're gonna move on. Hey, look here. For purposes of fairness, we got a long line. We're gonna hit that line right there because I don't want nobody get in line, don't really get a chance to ask that question. But we got a time restriction on the building and everything else, so we're gonna flow through these questions faster. Go ahead, son.
So first, let me introduce myself. I want to say what's up to the committee. I'm Slash, the producer of Top Drop Fat Bad, also featured on UGK's Down to Good to Hood. So, what I really want to do is talk to some of the artists. The first thing that's important, of course, the track better be hot. If the shit ain't jamming, forget everything we up here talking about. The second thing that's best important is you need artist development. You need to know how to speak in front of people, how to talk to folks, how to do some of your own deals. You need a management, you need other things. The first thing that's very important again is to be, but artist development is important too, because you gotta know how to talk to people. how to stand up in front of people and for people to understand who you are. Because if you just up talking some crazy shit, people ain't got time for that. You know what I mean? It's time out for all of that, but you know, if y'all need artist development, you need beats, I'm still fine, y'all fuck me. Slash.
All right. Next question. Hey, that line, we gonna. All right, I'm gonna just chill. I'm gonna let y'all get that line. Yeah, nobody else get that line, please. Go ahead, bro.
Good evening, panel. I'm curious because AI is affecting every aspect of our lives. Do y'all see AI, artists, AI generating songs competing with these artists on radio? Do you see a lane for AI?
Yes.
For sure, man. AI is coming for everybody's job, so everybody got to pay attention to that.
Sumo, what's his name?
This right here is AI. You feel what I'm saying? Everything we saying and everything we got information from ain't AI, but it's integrated into our process. You know what I'm saying? Me right now, as a music producer, I got over 600 songs on AI. Some of them on DJ Space Mountain, some of them different names. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm testing and understanding where the music industry is going and looking for all that. So there's a lot of research, there's a lot of Google information about how AI is integrated. There's a lot of things that's going on online right now that they can tell you that it's not AI. But it's clearly AI integrated into all that process because it's making what we do as humans look a little more cleaner, more professional, and gives us the edge to stand out amongst other people. So understanding where you get your music, like how you can get paid and get your return on investment on what you put AI on, is most important. I mean, that's what's going to help your cause and your longevity.
So the reason why AI is so dope, because it's not hard headed. I'm just being real with you. I know somebody who just did a deal for an AI artist, then they got a $750,000 advance for an AI artist. Because they don't have to worry about no drama, they're not going to jail, they're not missing interviews, they're going to do everything you ask them to do. That's what makes AI artists attractive. So the better you are as an artist and as a human being, the easier it'll be for people to want to work with you.
Hey.
My name is Wendell Shelley Jr. Oh, my bad. No, I didn't ask that. My name is Wendell Shelley Jr. I go by Park Windex. Artist name, not profession. That's the but I'm willing to go into that profession. So this is one of the questions that I've written down. How does the reset community feel about arrangers and composers within the music scene? Arrangers and composers.
It's necessary. They're really important.
You are a very important component, and don't let AI make you think otherwise. Because nothing ever is going to replace the real thing. So don't let one piece of technology get you so handicapped that you stop listening to your inner voice as a composer and a writer. You're the most important part of this shit.
Sure.
What he just said, arrangers and composers, you're a real producer. You got producers and you got beat makers. So, you got people who don't play any music, but they produce a song. You know what I'm saying? So arrangers and composers are just as an important or intricate part of the business as anybody else. So,
Respect to Mike. Hey, hold on one second. Hey, listen, goddamn shit, goddamn. I had to be OG. Shit. Hey, hello. Top of the class. Y'all remember this? Y'all remember this? That shit still work on. That shit still work. All right, let's go to the next question, man.
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing, everybody? I want y'all paying attention to this right here. Like my boy GT was trying to tell them stop. Like when it comes to making AI records right now, as far as R&B go, I'm pretty much the fucking king. All right. So all y'all need to look up Lamont Major and go in and fuck your girl or whatever you're gonna do to her. You know what I'm saying? OG Run C know what I'm talking about. But I want to tell everybody this. I heard everything y'all said to him, but the main thing that I don't see all y'all complaining about shows is you motherfuckers don't put on your own shows. You don't rent out no venues. You don't promote yourself. You need to put on a show with you and your motherfucking people and go charge for 3 months and sell tickets to your own and see who come to your motherfucking show since you complaining about paying to do a show. Invest your money in your money. Y'all remember Cheddar the Connect? Cheddar Connect used to come in this motherfucker and buy up the whole venue, and he'll pay the other bigger artists to come down, and he'll be the opening act for that motherfucker until he blew up with that shit. So when you hear that flick of that wrist, that nigga earned that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to let y'all know to invest in yourself, because all of us, you looking over here, I'm not on the panel, but them is all my peers up there. And they taught me how to do the shit I be doing. And yeah, you niggas need to pay to play, and make sure you pay a nigga who is worth paying. And then if you got people who you know are paying, quit trying to market the deal. Motherfucker, we Walmart. The price already set.
That's the people in there too.
I understand why you're mad, because everybody knows you gotta pay for it, right? We need labels. Like, that's what we need, you know what I'm saying? People over here at the Switch Cars, we had all of that, like, it was out there. Like, I'm out there. Prince, like, we need y'all. Because what these artists are doing, they're going and they paying promoters to do these shows. And they going nowhere. Just like the artists that I managed. I went. I got a beautiful deal. This deal was beautiful. The money was in the deal. Everything was there. But guess what though? When the motherfucking deal get ready to jump out, the motherfucking money ain't there. So now they got locked in to something that they thought that they seen. And like I say, the contract is beautiful. And the artists are willing to do the work. Because they see these numbers. You see what I'm saying?
Well, the contract should say that labor don't deliver, and that contract is null and void. So that's what
and that's my thing. I already know that they're going to void, but what I'm saying is that y'all were the biggest.
Now I got you. I can teach a whole class on.
Like y'all were the labels.
I'm gonna help you with something real quick. I can teach a whole class on why you don't have this independent record label. When they went to streaming, and we couldn't get the $7 to $10 for a CD no more, and they put us on this penny shit, it makes it very, very, very hard on the front end. And that's for a label, that's for you guys. It's easy to get on the internet, but when you really need a budget, and all you're gonna get back is some pennies, that made all the guys that invested in this be like, man, it ain't working. So that's an issue, that's a hurdle that everybody gotta get over. I just wanted to let you know that that hurts.
I see that, but
Hey, we gotta move to the next.
We can chop it up, yeah.
Hey, what's going on? I really don't have a question. I just want to say I'm glad to be loved. I really don't see a problem the next time as far as the music industry. All I see is what I haven't heard is most artists don't even have their paperwork right when they present themselves to these labels, to these radio stations. Because when I came, there was a guy named 24 that came from Orlando. That's how I met Ron C. And he told me all about the paperwork. He said all the artists say they rap, they got the bread, but they don't never have their paperwork right. So I got my paperwork right. Then it comes to what is your 9 to 5? Are you working? How are you getting your money? Because today there's cameras everywhere, so you can't sit on the block and work. You can't sell dope like you need to sell dope. Then if you get a deal, you look at the rap game like it ain't the dope game. Like everything that you make from your product, you go blow it instead of put it back in the dope and re-up. No one wants to re-up. They just want to blow their money, they find excuses and blame it on the DJs. I re-up, I work, 9 to 5, inspector, work my way all the way up for my rapping career. I don't see nothing next time that's wrong because I got a distribution deal. Because today, it's all about distribution. You ain't got distribution, but really you just at the beginning. I'm on the empire, I got a 90-10 split. And that's just me. No one here knows me but certain people. And that's crazy. But I got a distribution deal that's glad to be loved. Too Deep know me. Run know me, Smack know me. Most of them do know me. I'm just saying, then this year, I just signed with GT Digital so I can have a home where I can walk into the office and talk to the team instead of got to go all the way to San Diego with Empire. So all I'm saying is, there's nothing wrong with H-Town when it comes to the music industry. It's all about what you do with your income when you make your income. And is you re-up it when you do make it? Or do you blow it and then blame it on everybody else that's in the game? That's it.
Okay, thank you, Jimbo. Thank you.
And we want
We gotta keep it short. We gotta keep it short. We gotta keep it short.
If it's a question, cool. If it's a statement, then we're going to ask you to hold that statement.
Yes, I'm so earlier,
Hold up, everybody. Hold up. Somebody on the mic. You can take that outside.
Yeah. Like I was saying, I watched as well as on Isaiah Factor show yesterday. One of the things I took was from it was a career growth or whatever like that. So I'm a promoter, but my goal is to own my own booking company one day. But I wanted to kind of, start out like, kind of low, like kind of entry level before I get there. So the question I had for y'all was right now, was anybody hiring for like a personal assistant or a promoter right now?
Or what kind of promoter? Club promoter, street promoter? What kind of promoter are you talking about?
It could be merchandise, or it could basically be just, it could just be something pertaining towards music or something like that,
What the best advice I can give you for that fam is to tap in with all the promoters that you know about. You got Spivey, you got Anya Pushing, you got Money Making Boom, you got what's his name? Will, that be at 5015. Yeah, Janky Joe, you gotta get at the promoters that's hot, and you gotta become a part of their street team and work your way up, and then you stay dedicated, and eventually you'll build up your repertoire and you'll build up your Rolodex in the street, and then people will know you for promoting and working your mouthpiece and bringing people through the door.
Yeah, I get it.
That's what's up, man. Good question. All right, Sister Girl.
Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Donnie Monet. As you can probably hear, I'm not from here on the East Coast, Brick City, New York, born and raised. Okay. I've been in Houston about 5 years, and my childhood history has been in music. I went to Tyson Performing Arts School, I went to a school for music production, things like that, and then life happened, became a teacher. I have so many different skills as far as operations, things like that. I've always had a love for music. So I am starting I guess you could say, small boutique entertainment company where I want to be able to utilize my skills in education, to provide artist development, and I also want to be able to expand my skills as a manager because I know I have a great deal of skills that can be cross-referenced with this industry. My question is for Ms. Megan. What type of mentorship does the Reset Committee have available so people not out here being bullshit as managers? So people are out here, like you said, doing the footwork and actually creating relationships, because what I do 100% agree with, coming from education, is all about the relationships. Creating them and maintaining them. So what type of mentorship is available so that I can be able to utilize those skills that I have to this mighty time?
Well, thank you for asking me, but I feel like we are open to people that are legitimate and really, we're able to see your hard work. Unfortunately, we just are able to look at your social media, the references, but kind of just looking over your paper trail of like what you have consistently going on, and I have an eye for that. I think that's what our trade is. I just think it's a conversation that we need to have amongst our community, and from there, you know what I'm saying? It's dedication, hard work. You have to be willing to, put your feet, on the pavement and, be seen and heard, and dedication. So, if you would like to give me information when this is over, we can get
y'all night. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, I'm not gonna take too much time because I know we're trying to get out of here. My name is Ice Cold, ISECOLD, and a lot of people don't know me, but you have seen or heard projects I worked on. I started off as an actor, and I was like, man, I gotta break into this industry. And you know, coming up in here, the first guy that came up here, he was like, man, what is the committee gonna say to help us artists? And it was so much gems and stuff dropped up here, but what I wanna say as an artist, what I did was, I went on the road with OTV Fastlane, I started filming videos. Then I went in the studio and I recorded Fastlane and I recorded his artists. I even worked with OG Ron C, with 1501, you know, working with Erica Banks and stuff because I worked with Dane Films. So I was like, man, I need to know how to be good in front of the camera but behind the camera. And as an artist, I need to know how all these other artists are moving. Then for 5 years, I worked with this legendary producer that's blind by the name of Blind Rob. He started with this group called High Squad. He was working with Devin the Dude. And I ended up recording Devin the Dude. And then I started sending beats off to Bun B and Scarface and everybody through email. So I started learning, hey, you know what? I need to be professional, but I need to be an asset. I started working with Miss Megan. She probably don't remember me at the Enclave. I started recording artists and stuff for Miss Megan. So now I'm seeing how these artists record, what they need to do, and I need to be an asset. So what I'm saying is, you know, I'm trying to work with, you know, the committee on the level. I appreciate everything I do, but all you artists out here, you need to become an asset because everybody in here is the nigga in the middle of the mall trying to sell something. How you gonna get somebody by?
What's good, y'all? I go by the name of Peter James. I know a lot of y'all in there. Big shout out to all my brothers. Everything that I heard covered, there were two things that I heard missing. I don't know if y'all will cover this or not, but in this day and age, you know, we used to get it out the trunk. Right now, you gotta have it on these streaming platforms if you want to be successful. And the other half of that is that you also generate a real bag from sync placements, having your music in movies, TV shows, games, and stuff like that. So I'm just wondering if the committee, first off, can actually add a source in Houston that we can have for sync placements as well as playlist placements. Because there are sources out there, but I don't think we have a direct source that exists here in Houston that can serve the Houston artists. And if we do, y'all let me know, because I'm missing out.
And you're absolutely correct, and that's the reason why the Reset Committee is here, because we do identify all of those aspects. We might not have touched each and every aspect that we cover, because this was all about you guys. This is the guy for you guys to tell us some things that we probably didn't know. So just to be honest, everything that we heard, we know the solutions, but we didn't want to act like we was, you know, we want everybody to have a chance to have a voice. So, you know, this is the reason why we did.
So young lady in that blue sheet, that the line getting longer.
Yeah, whoever the blue hat was the last one.
Yeah, but real quickly, pretty much a lot of the stuff and questions that people are asking, we've been doing this for 4 months, like 4 months. We didn't discuss all of that, and we have discussed movie placements and all. We just didn't go into it because we live in time. We have discussed all this shit, arguing about it, all that shit. But yeah.
That's actually, I'm glad you talked about that, because to me, that's a very underutilized avenue, particularly for independent artists in Houston. And that's one of the main things that I brought to the table when we started these conversations is lining up those type of situations. Because what we've been doing right now is we're trying to make a 5 holes worth of water go through a coffee straw. So we need to do some of these other avenues. That's one of the avenues that we're bringing to the table. So the short version is yes, we're working on it.
Hey, also, something else that I do royalty financing. So if you are an artist that has a catalog that's actually streaming, I have companies that I deal with that keep you anywhere from 3, 5, 7, and 12 year situations. on just your streaming revenue. So you can still keep your catalog, you still can license it. They're only getting money off the streaming. Or you can do separate situations with streaming and YouTube, or you can do streaming YouTube and your publishing and all of that. But in most cases, it's just streaming revenue. And especially with like a lot of the older independent artists that have established catalogs, it's one of the best ways for you to be able to get money and to keep on, you know, maintaining your lifestyle.
I came up because truthfully I didn't have a question until at first I came up. I look at the initiative.
Legendary producer Chicken Hawk. That's who produced Players Get Chose.
Say excuse me, we still got people on the mic. We still got people on the mic. Excuse me, 2 more people.
All right, well, let me introduce myself. Thank you to me. I'm Chicken Hawk. I produce Players Get Chose, All About My Dough, Peep the Picture, but I'm also not just producer, but I'm also an artist. I came up here to thank y'all, because first of all, I don't think y'all can do, but when Kendrick said what he said, it brought a question to my mind that I hope some of y'all will address. Is this something, it's a mistake that I made, and I end up leaving a lot of money on the table when it comes to the issue of splits. A lot of us know about split sheets, but what a lot of us do in the rap business is, okay, you wrote the hook, okay, so you get 50%. You make the beat, you get 50%. You know, but what I found is that in pop splits, that how many other people is, if it's 8 people on it, everybody gets 12.5%. And one thing that I want to throw out there is I'm hoping that if y'all have a charter or something like that, that y'all will make an appointment to stand and be in Houston to where how many other people is on the track. That's how it gets split. Because not only is everybody going to be paid fairly, but also you're going to make sure that you don't get nobody contributing bullshit. You'll get that music on
Real quick, to add to that, you're absolutely right. But another thing, understand who you're doing records with. Because I just learned this last year at the conference that I heard Wyclef speaking the same thing on, right? And he was talking about how he played, you know, like when the movies come out that may sample a piece of a song in the movie. And he was like, they got 2.5 million for this little 8-second loop, right? But it almost got held up as somebody who has a 5% split on the record didn't sign off on the deal. So understand who you're doing a record with, and that shit can come back to bite you in the long run. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want out a 200% split, somebody who had 5% hold you off a 2.5 million deal.
That's why I was thinking that, you know, we go with pop splits. If you know that all this person did add a hi-hat to your shit, you know what I'm saying? Why you think this motherfucker 5%, 10% or 50% of the publisher? You know what I'm saying? Have it to where, you know what I'm saying, whoever's on the record, they get even on the splits to be in control, who gets something.
And this is the other thing too. I'm glad you brought that up. If you're dealing with a known producer and you're a new artist, make sure, even if it's not a known producer, get the understanding on paper up front. Because when it's time to do the video, if say for instance you pay an artist, and I'm quite sure you've heard this, you're a new artist, you pay an artist, you pay him for the song, but if you don't get the agreement for the video, they will charge you for the video. There you go. And if you don't have all that understood up front on paper, it's gonna cost you. You let the song get hot, you know, artists are gonna be like, nah, I need some more money. So get the understanding up front and get your paperwork up front. But we do have with the conference, Tammy Latrell, who is Lil Xavier's sister, Sam Harris's daughter. She had a song with Whitney Houston. They tried to get her publishing away. She was smart enough at the time to hold on to the record. She's quietly a millionaire off of one song. And she went back to school and got her law degree, and she specializes in splits. She specializes in just publishing, period. But Tammy Latrell, she's from Houston, but she will be here at our conference. She's one of the spokespeople. So, yeah, Chicken Hawk, in much respect, and thank you for what you've done.
And that same person speaking of also helped me go back and recoup publisher money that I didn't know I had sitting floating out there from 2008 from HOUSTON. So it's very important, you know what I'm saying? Know who you're doing songs with, and if you're going to be doing splits or whatnot. And plus, if a motherfucker did a hi-hat, that should go under the producer credit. I don't know why they get a separate split, but hey, it is what it is. Last question, bro.
I work for YouTube Music for a long period of time. I've been able to hear like everything from all the panels from this side. I'm from the north side. I started off in hip hop. My uncle had a record label called Dead Gang. Way back in the day, I Slaughter, Little Raps, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, real Northside. So, you know, I was raised on that, like real principle. My grandmama said, you got the root, you'll never go wrong. You got the root. So now we got so much stuff, so much things. You can do this, you can do that, you can do everything. But back when I was young, you know, you had like Dead Gang, you got Rap a Lot, and artists have already paved the way for it. You know what I'm saying? Now we add in extra things. So my question is, what are we gonna do for this side and the artists to bring coalition? Shout out to Miss Megan. I ain't gonna lie, Miss Megan, when I was back, like I would say like 2009, about 2016, was like all the artists, it was like the foundation, like the new artists, you know what I'm saying? We used to go to Rap a Lot Studios, Takeover Studios, we had the, what was it, like? The DJ mixes, bro. That give you a chance to like, keep it going, because y'all can come here and say everything y'all want, and then everything, problems, because there's not a lot of artists here right now, but they got their representatives here. They gonna go back and tell their artists they need to do that, do this and that. But I would say just, what's gonna be the conclusion? Everybody say this and that, say no conclusion. Like, I would say that was the best thing I've seen. I've been here for a long time. And had I add to that, Dream Houston, that was my family club. We started Dream Houston. Yo, as a DJ, the artist, you wanted your song played in Dreams. I don't care who you was, you came to Dreams. That was the Don Dada, the OG. You wanted your song played in Dream Houston. Now you got, what I'm saying is, what's going to be the fix?
So,
I would say keep it going.
So, we came together in Tuesday, July 28th. We will be at the address and we will be, doing reviews, showcase in an orderly fashion. So just wait for the promo to come out this week on that. So yeah, that's what we're planning on, doing. We want to reestablish relationships that, at one point the city really had, from my experience, there are, situations out there for artists to be seen and heard. There's people like myself that, there's other people like myself that have showcases, have open mics, that just go and create events for artists to be seen and heard, So, you just gotta look into what you're putting your money into, and it's not a one-time fix with that either. You gotta consistently, go to showcases, go to the coalition meetings, like Houston is a huge city for artists to be seen and heard, but you have to work it, like I saw TDG Gates, baby, for real, like Young Nation, my God, if you follow Young Nation, he does everything in the universe as an artist, he's all over the place, and he has CDs, but like these artists that are here, Go Boy, I'm sorry if I don't mention your name, but like they're consistently coming, showing up, and eventually I feel like it'll pay off, it's elevation.
I would say this, man, I would say, when we saw when I saw, like, way back in the day when you did, I'm not saying, I don't know if you're responsible when we did the takeover, you use consistency on it. Consistency is everything, so that gives a chance of what you're speaking about and what everybody else is speaking about. That goes with consistency to see, hey, look, let's fix those relationships, doing those things that are consistent. Hey, meet at this spot, let's do this spot, and showing up, right. A lot of people think like now, so many avenues, they think, hey, I can do this and do that, but you're not showing up, and it's like, absolutely.
Yeah, so to answer your question, it's not about what we gonna do, it's about what we gonna do. That's what we're gonna just know this. Whatever you see us put out, whatever we say represent, we gonna do that part. Y'all just gotta do y'all part. So part of that is actually start fucking reading. Part of that is actually start being in the streets. This game is about shaking hands and kissing babies, and all y'all worried about is Instagram.
One other thing I'm just saying is, I've seen a lot of things in Houston that come and go. I think people want to see consistency of the things that keep on. You know what I'm saying?
All right, appreciate it. Hey,
criticism. Learn to take constructive criticism. You may not even be doing anything wrong, but if somebody says something and they see how you're moving, and especially if they fuck with you or if they're a hater, learn to take constructive criticism. I ain't talking about do whatever they say, don't do what everybody tell you to do. But constructive criticism, figure out how to find the medium, the middle of how to improve what you're doing based on what they're saying. Kind of try to analyze why they're saying that to you and then improve in that direction. That'll help you more than anything. That's like divine intervention sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
So you got a question?
Hey, mine was to the last statement real quick. I think it's an unfair assumption that the reset committee is going to flip a switch and answer everybody's problem overnight. It can never happen in a million years. But more importantly, we as an indie record company, you have to do it all. You can't pick and choose which aspects of the game. You gotta fuck with the DJs, you gotta fuck with the influencers, you gotta fuck with the promoters, you gotta get with the publishers, you gotta sell vinyl, you gotta sell merch, you gotta pass out flyers, you gotta advertise, you gotta pay to be on every open mic you can. You gotta do every free. You have to do it all. And if you don't make yourself a priority in the room, if I go to your page and your friends and family not to post your music, there's nothing nobody can do for you. It's got to start with you doing it all yourself, because nobody is ever in position. The game has changed. It's the Wild Wild West. Nobody has a straight answer anymore. It's up to you to do everything you can yourself first.
Hey, real quick, Tony Woodman, I have a question. I don't know if y'all can help me with this. I know help y'all with that. But I played a video game with music for artists. The whole thing was about it is that I was trying to help artists get to the next level on the other side of the game. But dealing with artists and their contracts, like how do you go about that? Because a lot of artists I get contracts with, I got sued, right? Because they were still under contract with somebody else. So I had to put the game back. So it's like, maybe y'all can help me how to approach it, how to go about doing it now, because I really want that's the working out of the game.
The best thing to do is just go to those so-called managers that they so-called got. So you gotta go to the managers because
I didn't mean to cut you off, OG. Are you cool with him live? Okay, here's what I want to tell you to do. You literally looking at some of the 25% of the answer to your questions. Because truth be told, if you don't have that artist information, when you get it, you can let you know what they're doing. Because the NIL is 80 before they made it popular. The name, image, and likeness is owned by the record company. And artists don't know that they've signed it away. And many of them have good intentions. They think that they just own the actual, that the label just owns that actual the intellectual property with the terms of the records. But come holler at me. Really, after this is over with, and let's figure out, and let's get the artists who we know are free and clear. I know you need some names, but let's keep them the ones who are free and clear. We can do it that way. Okay, we can do it like that.
All right, man, listen. All right, we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. We appreciate everybody coming out to the reset committee. We enjoy.